Hey there, Fletcher from All Things Overlanding here, and today I'm going to be telling you a little bit about this Itehil water purifying system. It's really cool, it's really compact. I left it in the box, I've taken it out and kind of looked at it, and I put it back because I wanted to show you how they pack it, and they've got everything in here really nice and neat and protected. So I wanted to kind of do an unboxing and then just sort of show you the features of it, and then we're actually going to test it. I'm actually going to get some water. We had a rainstorm come through here today. I'm going to get some water out of like the cover on my fire pits, like nasty, dirty outdoor fire pit that's covered up all the time. I'm gonna scoop some water out of there, and then we're gonna purify it, and I'm gonna drink it. So if you're looking for a compact, all-in-one sort of system to use for water purification, to extend your trips, or to make sure that you have a backup if you run out of water out on a camping trip or overlanding trip, stay tuned for more on the Itehil Water Purifier.
Understand where it came from, but you got it, my got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you gave to me. Loosening my grip.
So as I mentioned, I wanted to do an unboxing here, just to kind of show you the unit and how it comes. Packaged really nice, you know, a picture of the unit on the outside, which I like, all their social stuff in here. So if you're interested in that, you can go follow them. But when you open it, right, you've got this nice foam, like custom-made pad that protects the top of the unit, and I like that a lot. And then they've got this accessories box, which again, just nice, right, that they put all the information on the front of the box. It shows you exactly what's in here, exactly what to expect in multiple languages. So no matter where you are, you're going to know what each piece is, and then it even has sort of directions on the back, so it will show you exactly where everything plugs in and how to use the unit. And then once you take it out of the box, you have the unit itself, which is actually shockingly light. I'll put the weight up here on the screen, but I mean, this thing is really light. Like it looks like it should be way heavier. Now, inside the accessories box is where you're going to find all the rest of the pieces of this unit. And I'm going to walk you through this stuff and show you exactly what's what. But I do like that it comes with this really nice bag, so you can store all of your stuff in it. Of course, you got your filters, and then you have some instructions. I like that, you know, I always like it when they have like custom carrying bags for all the stuff, like the hoses and the tubes and everything, just so that you can keep yourself protected. In a lot of situations, I'll be in dusty climates, so keeping this out of the dust is important. I do want to show you some of these accessories. So you do get a USB-C to USB-C cord. So they provide two filters, an RO filter and a hybrid filter. Basically what this is going to do is it's going to give you two levels of filtering, is my understanding, where you're going to have two outlet tubes that are going to come out of the unit, and one is going to be so clean and clear that it's like drinking water, shower water, that kind of thing. And then the other water is still filtered, just not quite to the same level, but you could use it for things like cleaning dishes or showering, that kind of thing. So you're going to have two outputs from this, one of which is going to be the more purified water and one that's going to be, you know, mostly purified, good for stuff besides drinking. And I'm going to show you that. But the thing that I love about it is the way that all these plugs and stuff work is you literally can't put them on wrong. And they've all got these nice rubber covers over everything. So again, it's going to keep dust, dirt, rain, that sort of thing out of it. So you've got the two filters. You do have this sort of filter wrench. So if these get down in there and they're stuck too tight, you can use this wrench to turn them to get them to come loose when you need to replace them. If you do need replacements, they do sell those. I'll put a link in the description down below to those as well. And then in this bag, you have your outlet pipe, which is this basically, again, with two outlets, and there's going to be two tubes. That plugs in here, so you can only do it one way. And then on the other side of the unit is where your inlet is going to go. So then this actually goes right in here. You screw that in there, and then you drop this into your water source, and it's going to pre-filter it with this thing, so you're not going to get leaves and big things in there, but then it's going to pull that water in, it's going to pump it through those filters, and then it's going to eject it out the other side as really purified water and mostly purified water. So let's get this thing all hooked up, and then we're going to do our test on our gross water from the fire pit. To install these filters, you basically just open this thing up, and then you'll notice here one says hybrid and one says RO. So it's, again, what I love about it is they make it so easy to use that you almost can't do this thing wrong, right? So I'm going to take the cover off of the RO filter. This side over here says RO. I'm going to put it down in here, and then it's got a picture of lock and unlock on here. Now, one note with these filters is at first I had a little bit of trouble, and I couldn't get this thing to close, and I couldn't quite figure out how to get these to lock. So just a note on this, there is an arrow on one end of this. You want to point the arrow at the unlock image here on the unit, but then you actually push down. So as you start to turn it, you'll feel it drop down. You actually have to really push it down quite a bit and then turn it all the way to the lock. So it literally starts at the unlock, turns around to the lock, but about, a third of the way through the turn, you have to really push down on the filter to get it to seat in and then lock in place. So then once you do that, then you're good to go. The lid will close. And again, you don't have to mess with this again until you need new filters, which one of the really nice things about this unit is it does have lights on here. And when those lights come on and turn red for RO or hybrid, it's going to tell you if one of your filters is clogged or getting bad, and you know when to replace it. Again, if you couldn't get these things to come loose, you do have this wrench, so you could use this to, turn it back to loose and then remove those. So I'm going to keep that in the bag. Now let's install our outlet hoses, which again are really nice because they're just so easy to use. When you're putting this thing on, you'll actually, these little buttons here compress to take it off. When you're putting it on, you basically just push it in until it clicks. Now the nice thing is they've, again, like everything else that I've seen from them so far, they label everything. So this says drinking water. This is, one of these tubes is really short and the other one's a little bit longer. So as you can see here, this one is significantly longer. This is more of like the partially filtered water. So again, this you could put into like a wash basin or something like that if you're filtering water so that you get more use out of the water. And then this with the white tap on the end is going to be your drinking water. Now if we turn this thing around on the other end here, we are going to screw in our other hose. Now it is plastic, so you do want to be careful not to over tighten it or thread the threads as you're screwing this thing in. So it is traditional righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So then once you get that on there, then you're pretty much ready to go. So the really nice thing about this is that you don't have to power it. It does have a built-in battery, so you can charge it up. It literally is an all-in-one unit, which is really nice. Right now, though, I do have it hooked up to the USB-C because I just took it out of the box. I haven't charged it up yet, so I wanted to be able to show you guys. So right now it says charge. Now I'm hitting the on-off button, and I held it for a few seconds, and it's starting to filter. You'll see the water going through the tubes here. So I took that glass of filthy, dirty water. This is a bucket, so you can see down in there, there's a bunch of dirt and junk down in there. And this water came out of the cover for my fire pit. One note is that it does take a fair amount of water, right? Obviously, it's going to take this water and it's going to filter it down. So like just that little glass is not enough water. So you need like some sort of a fairly open water source, like again, a creek or a river or something like that. So I just expanded our stuff by using this bucket, and we're going to turn it on here and we're going to start pumping. So then you're going to see the water start going through the tubes here. You can see it's sucking that all in there. So now just imagine that you were at like a creek or a pond or river or something at a water source, and then it's going to run it through this whole system, run it through these two filters, and then you're going to get both drinking water and also the dishes washing water. So I'm going to take the hose for the dishwash water, and I'm just going to put it right back in here so that we kind of keep it going, and we'll keep cleaning water for drinking water. Now, one note that they do tell you is make sure that you put the pump, actually submerge the element in the water before you turn the pump on. If you turn the pump on with it out of the water, then it could mess up the pump and it may not work. They do say that in most cases, if that's what happens though, you can just reset the unit, put the thing in the water, and then restart it, and it should fix itself. So I can hear it. It's making gurgling noises, so I can sort of hear it pushing that water through those filters. So you can kind of hear it. And now you can start to see it coming out the outlet pipes. So the first stage of cleaning seems to be done, and it's now starting to push water out through the sort of like dishes washing tube. So again, I'm just going to put that right back in there. Now here comes the drinking water. So I'm going to drink some of this and we'll see how this is. Again, this is literally coming out of a bucket. The water coming out of the drinking water tube, though, it has no taste to it. It tastes just like good, clean spring water. I think one of the most important things to be aware of is you need to make sure you keep the pre-filter submerged in water. So again, as it's pumping this water out of here, it's decreasing the amount of water that's in here, which is why something like a creek or a river is your ideal source, because you have unlimited water basically. So you do want to make sure that stays submerged. Otherwise, again, you could burn out the pump. So you just want to be careful. But pretty cool. I mean, amazing to just take, dirty rainwater and turn it into clean drinking water and like dishes water, especially in like a survival situation or something like that. If you wanted this as like a backup for your home, if you're sort of a prepper or something like that, this is a really nice all-in-one unit that you can recharge off solar or something like that. You don't have to have, full power or anything like that to use it. So really cool. And again, the water tastes really good. It's actually surprisingly good. Now, of course, when we're done, we're going to want to take everything apart, right? So it's still plugged in, it's charging, but I did turn it off by hitting the on-off button. you're going to want to push these buttons at the end here to pull these two tubes off, get your drinking water tube and your running water tube. I'd probably give it a few minutes because, as you can see, there's still some water that's kind of pumping through or finishing up the cycle there. But so you may just want to kind of let it run for a while and then turn it off and give it a few minutes to sort of finish its cycle. But then you're going to take this stuff off. You're going to close up your cover here. I'm going to unplug the USB-C for now because we can charge it later. And then we're going to unscrew our inlet side, just like this. And then that's it. We're going to take this stuff and we're going to put it right back in this bag and store it for when we need it in the future. So one more sort of final tip here was when I was done using it, I did hold the tubes up high in the air and let the water sort of drip out of them. So you don't probably want to put them away full of water because then what's going to happen is they're going to get mildewy or moldy potentially. You don't want to keep that water in there. So again, I just held it up by, say, the filter end for the inlet tube, and I let all the water drain out of it, and then I held it up by the part that connects to the outlet and let all the water drip out of that. And then what I'll probably do is I'll probably take these inside when, you know, and if you were on a trip, you could wait till you got home, I'm sure. But then I'll probably just like hang them up either over like a shower curtain rod or something like that, just to let them kind of get air and let all the water drain out of them. All right, you guys, so as you saw, that is a really cool system. The Itehil system is really easy to use, really nice, smart. I love that it's sort of all in one, and I drank the water and I didn't die, right? So that's a bonus. You know that it works. But again, just wanted to share that system with you so that if you're looking for something like this, you kind of had more of an idea of how it comes, how it works, and some of the features of it. So if that was helpful, click that like button down below. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure to click that subscribe button, click the bell to be notified when new videos drop. I do a couple videos every week, so if you're into camping, dispersed camping, overlanding, car camping, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're into, if it's related to camping and that sort of thing, then you're going to get a lot of good information here, and there's tons of content for you. Also in the description below will be a link to the Itehil. So if you're looking to buy one of these, I will have a discount code and a link down there for you. Also in the description will be links to all my social channels, so if you'd like more all things overlanding, I'd love to hang out with you wherever you want to hang out. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you want to be, come and hang out over there. Also in the description below will be a link to my website where I've got funny overlanding, camping themed patches and stickers. If you're into that kind of thing, definitely check that out. I think some of them are pretty funny, and they're great to slap on a fridge or your rig or your headliner, all that sort of thing. Right below this video is a join button. That's a newer thing that I'm trying. It's just a great way to support the channel. No pressure whatsoever, but if you're into the content and you want to support the channel, that's a way to do it. You also get early access to the videos and some other perks, so check that out. And then last but not least, there's a link to my Patreon page where we've got a 24/7 Discord. We all kind of chat about our gear and our rigs. It's a ton of fun. And we're also going to do a couple trips every year, so there's tons of value in that. And then there's also the Newbie Overlanders Facebook group. Totally free to join, tons of awesome members. So if you're newer to camping or overlanding and you want to learn more about it, that's a great place to start. But again, thanks for watching. Hope that was helpful, and we'll see you next time.